Hey guys, welcome back to the Pull 'em Up podcast. This is episode 4, I believe. We're going to be talking about a 9-game slate for October 19th, 2018. Um, how are you doing today, DK?
Pretty good. Pretty excited here. We had a short slate on Thursday, only 3 games, so I'm excited to get a larger slate here and dive into these games.
Mm-hmm. That's great to hear. I was watching your quick video yesterday. And did you actually fade LeBron?
Yeah, I went with the faded LeBron today. I also faded Embiid and Simmons, and watching this game right now, Embiid's going off. So I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see how the night goes. But yeah, I went with the LeBron fade too.
Hmm I also went. I actually made two lineups. I had LeBron in one of them, and the other one, my main lineup, I actually faded him as well. So, and I also faded Embiid and Simmons. So, I was just really worried about the blowout factor. So, hopefully, we can run it back tomorrow, or with this 9-game slate. Let's get right back into this podcast though, and talk about the quick over/unders of every game, and then start taking a look at the Charlotte Hornets at Orlando Magic. How about that? All right. So our first game of the day is Charlotte Hornets again at Orlando. The over/under total is 217, and the Hornets are favored by 2. I believe there's no injuries on the list at all for either of these two teams. And how do you feel about this? Kemba's coming off a fire game, even though they lost. How are you feeling?
Yeah. So what's the over under again in this game? Sorry,
217. So it's
two
pretty.
seventeen.
It's
Yeah,
up
not
there.
bad at all here. Obviously, you can't go wrong here at the top of Kemba. We know the offense is running through him in Charlotte, 8,300. I like that a lot. It's a 9 game slate. There might be better options out there for cash games, but I certainly don't mind Kemba here at 8,300. Then, if you could look more into this, Aaron Gordon, he had a big game the other night against Miami, 26 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists. Um, so I saw they kind of phased out Vucevic a little bit. They gave Mo Bamba a little more run than I thought they would. So right now, Vucevic just kind of stay away from me until I see more. If they give him more minutes. Um, let's see, Batum and Lamb. Guys that I just don't really have interest in. I just prefer Kemba. Um, let's see. Um, Cody Zeller was kind of chalky the other night. Kind of disappointed in 21 minutes. Um, they used Guillermo Hernan Gomez a bit. They used Cody a bit. They used MKG even a bit at center. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the rotation pans out, kind of.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but I think my main interest here in this game it's Kemba and Aaron Gordon.
Okay. That's it for these two in this game, pretty much. Just the two kind of studs of the
Two
of
kind
their
of studs, the
teams.
one sticking out to me, and
Okay.
yeah, that's about it.
All right. Awesome. Well, let's move on to the next game here. Knicks versus the Nets. The over/under here. Total is 218.5, and the Nets put them up for 3 favored by 3 here. And I'm actually looking at this game, and I'm gonna be targeting this one a lot. I feel either Cantor and Allen, and then Karis LeVert, especially with these injuries. If they stay out, we got Napier and Carroll that are still out, but everyone else pretty much is questionable from the other day. And then Mudiay and Corey Lee should be still out. I'm not definite on those yet, but this is a game I will be targeting myself. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, definitely 100% a stackable game here because everyone is really cheap. The plays really stick out to the page to me. It's Ennis Cantor, 7,400 against the Nets. Um, we saw it even with Hardaway Jr. Going off with 31 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. He shot the ball a ton. Even with him shooting a ton, we saw Cantor produce in only 27 minutes. He got 16 points, 11 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He's so productive here in the preseason. I love Ennis Cantor against the Nets. It's the best possible matchup here. And I don't even mind running both centers back here in this game. Jared Allen, 6,000. We saw last year that kind of limited his minutes, but right off the bat here against the Pistons. 30 minutes, 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks. We know he's got that block upside. So I definitely like both centers in this game. Hardaway Jr. at 7,300, a little pricey for me off a big game. I think I'm going to fade there. But you definitely can give a look at him for GPPs. Um, and then Karis LeVert, again, stick out the page for me. He's still too cheap here at 6,300 for his role in the offense with all these injuries. So definitely like him a lot. We saw D'Angelo Russell got limited in minutes the other day. They kind of closed with Spencer Dinwiddie, since we're interested to see. So, I mean, it's a little risky to play Russell now if they're kind of going to play the hot hand, I think. So definitely you can give a look at Russell or Dinwiddie. But I think my main target here are the two centers and it's LeVert.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you have any, value plays, maybe some punts in there if you had to, if this is an
Yeah,
actual game?
if I had to choose, um, how many minutes did so Kevin Knox saw 23 minutes against the Hawks. So 4,500, I don't mind him at all. I thought he would start be the starting lineup, but they're bringing him off the bench, so I don't mind Kevin Knox here at 4,500.
Okay. Anything about Spencer Dinwiddie? Any interest there?
Yeah. Right now, no. It's just I think they're going to play the hot hand um, at point guard, so they're going to start with Russell. If Russell has the hot hand, I think they're going to limit Dinwiddie a bit. If Dinwiddie has a hot hand, I think they're going to roll with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's enough here for the Knicks and Nets. Let's move on to the Cavs and the Timberwolves. Um, Man, these Cavs are not so hot anymore. So, the total here is 223.5, so that's pretty high over under right there. And then Minnesota is favored by 8. How do you feel going into this game?
Yeah. So no one's really sticking off the page for me here in this game. You got Cat at 9,100, Jimmy Butler 8,100, both priced pretty fairly, I would say. Kevin Love at 8,000, a little revenge game narrative, but Ty Lue said he's going to limit him a bit, so I don't know if I can go Kevin Love at 8,000 there. CD Osman, we saw he got a $1,200 price tag bump here. I'm still interested in. We know his role in the offense. It's him and Kevin Love basically. So I still like Osman here. Other than that, you can give a look at Tristan Thompson with Minnesota. They play big, so they're going to need Tristan Thompson to play a bunch of minutes. So not a bad punt play there. Yeah, that's about it here.
With Lance being out. Oh wait, hold on. Is this right here? I'm not sure if that's right or not. If Lance has got to be out. Lance Nance says
Larry
that
Nance.
says Larry Nance. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. He was out for the season opener, but
Yeah.
they haven't said anything about tomorrow's game.
All right. I think this is an easy fade for myself. I'm not really interested in too many guys. They're pretty, as you said, they're priced for Minnesota. They're pretty fair, but Cat's a little bit too high for me right now, and I think you can get value elsewhere. As you looked before, as we said before, Cantor's price 7,400. Jared Allen's just below that too. So I think you can get value otherwhere, and especially if you put Taj on one of the best players on Cleveland's teams, that you're not really gotta do much. All right, let's move on to Atlanta and Memphis. Um, Atlanta and Memphis. Hawks Grizzlies. All right. Over under here is 209.5. Memphis is favored by 7.5. I'm not too interested in this. Pretty slow pace, but it might be picked up because Atlanta's pretty fast here. So, we got Trae Young over on the Hawks side, but my interest is Gasol. How do you feel about this game
Yeah. So
as
what
well?
do you say the over under was again, sir?
209.5, and Memphis is favored
209.
by
Yeah. So
seven and a
that's just
half.
mainly because Memphis plays slow. Um, I mean, it's pretty obvious to me. It's Marc Gasol and it's Mike Conley here going against probably one of the worst defenses here in the Hawks. They're both too cheap. I pointed them out both in my cash game video the other day, but they did get blown out. If they would have seen a full lot of minutes, Marc Gasol still did good in his time. Conley, if he would have seen another 8 minutes or so, he would have got there too. So both these guys are just sticking out the page to me as great value here. Atlanta's not going to be able to stop them. Marc Gasol is just going to have his way with Alex Len. And then Conley's got that cupcake matchup here at Trey Young. For me, it's Conley, it's Gasol, and yeah, that's about it here.
Yeah, Conley's already out here breaking ankles, so it looks like he's favorable here in this lineup, especially with his price being 6,800. That's fairly cheap for him, I think.
Hmm.
So, going back to Alex Len, I know you weren't too happy the other day with his performance.
Yeah. So
And
Alex Len chalk. I kind of knew. I had a bad feeling. He can never. Whenever he's chalking DFS, he always gets in foul trouble. He just has in general just trouble staying out of foul trouble. So I guess you would look at him for GPP. It's really not the best match here against Marc Gasol. I'm not going there. I'm staying away from Alex Len. For me, basically in this game, it's Gasol and it's Conley. If I had to pick someone from Atlanta, I don't mind the price tag here, 5,600 for Trey Young. We saw him get a lot of run, 33 minutes, even in blowout time. So it looks like they're not going to they don't want to give Lynn that much time. So if I had to pick someone in Atlanta, it'd be Trey Young. But I really don't want to pick anyone here
yeah, I
from the
saw a
Hawks.
few people the other day run Jeremy Lin. He got 14 in some fantasy points, and I saw
Yeah,
people
I
say,
didn't understand the Jeremy Lin chalk at all. I mean, I guess maybe 15 to 20 minutes is what I was like. I didn't get it. So yeah, that was a pretty easy fade for me for sure.
all right, well, let's move on here to the next game. Bring up this over under. I have here the Celtics and the Raptors. Pretty even game here, it seems. Total of that game is going to be 207, and the Raptors are favored by 3. How are you feeling about going in and targeting this game possibly?
Yeah. So I don't mind this game. We saw Kawhi Leonard is very, very chalky in cash games. Um, he draws a tougher matchup here, 8,500. So I don't know if I want to go there. Um, Kyrie Irving, we saw him get a big price discount here, all the way down to 6,600. Pretty good matchup here against Kyle Lowry, so I don't mind going with Kyrie. The tough thing though with the Celtics is they just run a pretty deep rotation. They don't play like their starters a full allotment of minutes. So they try to load them to like low 30s. Um, so yeah, it's kind of tough here for this game. Nothing's really sticking out the page to me. Um, I think again for Boston, it's a cheapies. It's probably Rozier here, 4,400. We saw a lot of 2 point guard lineups with Rozier and Kyrie, so I definitely like the discount here with Terry Rozier. Then if I had to pick someone from Toronto, um, I don't know. Maybe I'd go Valanciunas here. Should have his way with Horford, but he was limited to only 20 minutes. Um, so kind of a game I'm not too excited about.
Do you feel you can run back Fred VanVleet at all, or no? Is this too
Yeah,
defensive?
I mean, they're definitely going to give him. So he saw 25 minutes. Yeah, he's going to see around that again. 4,600. You could give him a look for salary relief,
Okay.
but again, this game I'm not really too high in this game.
All right. So we'll just move on from that. Go on to our next game. Next game of the slate here is the Kings at Pelicans. Man, this is gonna be high over under, and the total, yes, total here is 229. But this spread is Pelicans are favored by 11. I'm not. I want to be on this game, but I'm just too worried about a blowout and Davis not getting too many minutes anymore from this game because you know Sacramento for me is kind of hit or miss. Like they kept it close the other day with Utah, but I'm kind of nervous over here playing anyone on this. How do you feel about this?
Yeah,
I
so this game's tough. Again, it could turn into a blowout here, but if it stays close, I mean, this is a fantasy gold mine. I really don't. I mean, I don't really like targeting playing guys in the Kings, but this is the best matchup ever. I kind of want to give. I kind of want to look and see what their minutes were like against the Jazz. So I know I saw they originally were going to start Frank Mason, and they didn't. They ended up going to Buddy Hield. So they gave their starters a lot of run here. Bielitsa played 27 minutes, 18 points, 8 boards, two assists. Willie Cauley-Stein saw 38 minutes, got 23 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Yogi Ferrell got 30 minutes, 12 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Darian Fox saw 38 minutes, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. And Buddy Hield saw 32 minutes, got 19 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. So it seems like they're going to give the starters a lot of run, and they're pretty cheap here. Um, so I think if I had to pick one of these Kings guys, I think my main interest here would be Darian Fox. Not a guy. I mean, I like playing a lot, but I mean, this is the best possible matchup here. He saw 38 minutes. They're going to give him all the run he can handle. So I really like Darian Fox. Also, can't go wrong with Willie Cauley-Stein. It's a matter of whether or not he can stay out of foul trouble guarding Anthony Davis. Um, at the top here, Anthony Davis. I told you guys the other night he's a stud to pay up for, and he did not disappoint. Pretty low owned too. I was really surprised about that. So I don't mind him at 11-6. We got Julius Randle popping up as questionable here, but looks like he's more on the probable side. Um, Between him and Mirotic, if I had to pick one of the two, it's definitely Julius Randle for me. Coming off the bench, he's more usage, and Mirotic is more of a streaky shooter. If he gets cold, he's not going to stuff the stat sheet really. Um, Another play, it's pretty cheap here. Again, Alfred Payton. I was all over him the other night. Didn't get that high of a price bump here, only 5,800. So really like that as well. So yeah, that's about it here for this game.
Etwan Moore got the startup on for the Pels. How do you feel about that? Saw 34 minutes, got 21 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Etwan Moore, just someone I don't like playing. He's just going to stand in the corner. He's going to shoot threes. He got there basically just because everyone in that game got there. Such a high over under. Again, this one is two. But I don't like playing guys that sit in the corner and don't do a whole lot. So not really a guy I'm on.
okay, sounds good. And you really threw me off with the Mirotic picking Julius Randle over Mirotic. Well, it could be because I'm biased against Mirotic. I was a big fan of him over on the Bulls, but I'm more excited to see him play on the Pelicans. He's getting more looks than he ever did on the Bulls, so I'm happy for him. Next game of the day, 8:30. Indiana Pacers at the Milwaukee Bucks. Total here is 216.5, and the Bucks favored by 3.5. TJ Leaf has already been named out. I was reading tweets about that, and then Trevon Duval. Don't really know too much about him, but he's questionable, I believe. So, how do you feel about going into this game?
Yeah, so I think it's a pretty sneaky game stack here. Um, I really like Giannis here at 11,000. A little discount over Anthony Davis, and no one in Indiana is been able to guard him. So I really like him at 11,000. Oladipo, I like this a lot. 8,400. Um, I really do think this game's a sneaky shootout and sneaky game stack as well. So I like the two studs for sure. Um, and then another play kind of sticking out the page to me here. Domantas Sabonis. He's just a beast when he gets some minutes. It's a great match here against Milwaukee's front court. So I really like Sabonis as well. Miles Turner. You could give a look at him, but I just prefer Sabonis off the bench, seeing more usage for that second unit. Um, Brooke Lopez at 4,900, not a bad price tag. Didn't see a whole lot. I think he saw 21 minutes. They kind of mixed it in with him, Ilyasova. So Ilyasova had a pretty productive game, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists off the bench. So if he's going to see that kind of minutes again, you got to have interest in early Ilyasova there. Yeah, other than that, I think that's about it for this game.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that. Don't see too much other than two studs and then Sabonis. I played him the other day and he was fire for me, so I was really happy with that pickup. He went up a little bit in salary, but he's still a good price range for a value play there. Um, so let's move on to the later head, the night slate here. OKC and the Clippers already have word that Russell Westbrook is out. So and then the Clippers are good and healthy. So we have a total here of 215.5, and the Clippers are favored by 1.5. How do you feel about going into this game? Who are you targeting? I mean, this could be a big stud game here. I wouldn't say fill up. the whole entire board here with these players because they're pretty pricey. But these are some favorable picks that you can choose from here.
Yeah, definitely like this game a lot. So we saw Schroeder fill into Westbrook's shoes very, very nicely against Golden State. Him and Paul George, we know the offense come from those two. Steven Adams got a little price bump here at 6.9. I don't mind him either. Um, that's based on my interest in OKC. It's the three studs. If Diallo ends up getting the start over Ferguson, then I would have interest in him. But right now, it's basically those three. And on the Clipper side, Tobias only got a $400 price bump, so I like him a lot. Gallinari actually went down 100, I believe.
Yes, he did.
So I think he's kind of sticking out the page to me as great value here. In 34 minutes against the Clippers, he saw 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. 5,900. That's just too cheap for Gallinari. Lou Williams off the bench, certainly GPP viable. So we saw that they freed Boban last night. I don't know if you watched that game.
Oh
He
my
gave him a good
God.
amount of minutes. He saw 18 points, 8 rebounds in 18 minutes. 3,900. It's kind of be interesting to see if Doc Rivers continues to use him. Only right now for me GPPs. But if he sees 15 to 20 minutes, he's certainly viable. Then we got Montrezl Harrell here. Nice value here at 4,500. So he's going to see low 20s minutes. He's got the block and steal upside. It's a little more viable on FanDuel than DraftKings, but I don't mind him. Other than that, one more player that's pretty interesting here is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He saw 28 minutes, got 11 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block. He saw those minutes mainly because Patrick Beverley kind of got in foul trouble. But I don't mind Shea Gilgeous-Alexander as a punt. And then I guess, Noel here, 3,800, not a bad price tag either. If Steven Adams gets in foul trouble, he definitely can look at him for GPPs.
Great, yeah. If you didn't see that Boban dunk on 2 people and just stand on his toes, I don't
Yeah,
know.
he did not even jump and he dunked. So that was insane.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that, I'm sure you'll see it on SportsCenter, Instagram, or Bleacher Report. It was pretty much the highlight of the night was
Oh
watching
yeah.
Boban just stand on his tiptoes and dunk on people. Oh man. All right, let's move into the last game here. Golden State and Utah. I'm not, too thrilled about Utah right now. Um, didn't oversee me well the other day playing Donovan. I was pretty mad. He had a slow start in the beginning, but let's get into it here. The total here for Golden State and Utah is 218, and Golden State's favored by 2.5. Uh, Cousins still out. Iguodala is questionable right now, and same with Damian Lee's questionable. I believe Iguodala would be out though. I'm not sure. I don't see him really playing, but changed my mind. The only interest that I have for this game for myself is Joe Ingles. How do you feel about this, DK?
Yeah, so this is kind of a late night hammer here. So Golden State, not the best match against Utah, but this is going to be a close game. 2.5, I think you said, point spread.
Yeah.
So you got to like the Golden State studs here. If it's going to be a close game, there's going to be full allotment of minutes. You can't go wrong with any of these guys, really. But I think I'm more interested here in the Utah side. A little price discount here. Gobert, not so much, just because Golden State runs more small ball. So I don't know if I want to go Gobert. I think my main interest for the Jazz here, it's Donovan Mitchell and it's Joe Ingles. In a high pace, more up tempo game against the Warriors, I definitely think those two will excel in this matchup. Kind of looking, Damian Jones. So he's only 3,800. That's just way too cheap for him. We saw Steve Kerr give him a lot of minutes.
He's also starting the next 2 games. That's been
Yep.
told by Steve Kerr.
Yep. So I'm just watching Free Bobby Portis going off right now. I did mention him. I loved him today. But yeah, so Damian Jones, he's just way too cheap here at 3,800. Kevon Looney, we saw him get a price bump. Interesting enough, Jordan Bell saw very few minutes. So it's interesting to see kind of how Golden State continues to use these 3 big guys. right now, Damian Jones way too cheap. I know the matchup's not good, but he's still too cheap. Draymond, they kind of limited his minutes, so I don't know if I want to go there. Um, so yeah, for me, it's Donovan Mitchell and it's Joe Ingles.
All right, well that I think that wraps up this 9 game slate. If you could give one player as your main stud to out of all these games, who do you think your number one player and number one pick would be?
Um, hmm. I really do. I have to pick a stud, or can it be more
It
of a
can be
mid-price guy?
honestly, it can be anyone. It can be I want one big big guy, big play, you think is gonna go off
Yeah.
and
So
hit the
I mean, you
hammer.
can't go wrong with any studs. I think if I was picking up in the top, I think it would be Giannis. It's tough with Giannis and AD. They're both great matchups. But the play that's just sticking off the page to me, I know he's I mean a little pricey, but it's Enes Kanter against the Nets. I just love this play today. So yeah, for me, it's Enes Kanter.
That's cancer. And then if you had one one cheap guy that get you value points, you even 2, 3, 4x, and you cannot say Damian Jones, who would that be?
Yeah. So let me look down here. Um,
We'll go up 4K to 5K. Just give it some room.
4K, 5K. Okay. Um, let's see.
There's a few
Um,
people that I would choose on myself.
yeah.
I would,
So there's a few. Just scrolling through here. Um,
my pick would be Scary Terry myself if they're
yep.
gonna run that two-man point guard
That was the
position.
one sticking out the page to me with
Mhm.
Scary Terry Rozier. Also, if Ilya Silva's going to see those minutes, that's just too cheap at 4,400. So definitely one of those two for
And
sure.
what about Pascal Siakam? He got the start the other day, so
Pascal Siakam, yeah,
yep.
yeah. So 4,200, not a bad price tag. Did only see 20 minutes though. Um, I think I'll pass for now. But yeah, I don't mind him.
Yeah. Well, I think that should wrap it up. If you don't see anyone else, I'm not seeing too much more, other than just calling out the studs of this game. But I
Yeah,
think that wraps it up for today's podcast. We appreciate you guys joining us for this 9 game slate for October 19th, 2018. If you want to find me on social media, you can find me at Put 'em Up Podcast. This video will go live on DK's channel. If you aren't following him, go follow him. DK, where can we find you at?
yeah. So you can follow me on Twitter at DK underscore underscore DFS. That's two underscores. And then YouTube, it's DK DFS. I will have tomorrow a video up on my channel. You also will find this podcast, but you will find another video, more cash game plays where I go position by position and point out cash game plays. So that'll be up sometime tomorrow. But yeah, it was good discussing these games. I'm excited. It's a good slate. So yeah.
If you guys want more up to date about who's gonna be in or who's gonna be out, and who we think is gonna be a good value play as these lineups come out, we are tweeting about who has like good value plays and the fire shots, and we'll be discussing those on Twitter, talking back and forth. If you're interested as well being on a part of this podcast, please DM one of us or email us at putemuppodcast@gmail.com. We appreciate your time again, and we'll see you later, guys. Peace.